Hey guys, Jez at Exotic Specialty Parts here. Today I'm going to be installing one of our elastic top repair kits. The elastics go bad that go across the roof on 360s and 430s right here, which cause it to fold in properly when stowing into the storage bay. That causes all kinds of problems, including top failure because you can't get it to go all the way down and the tonneau will not securely close. So I'm just going to run you through a very quick process of installing this kit. Hopefully it'll take care of a lot of the issues you might have. So within the kit, you're going to find just two strap assemblies. I've pre-installed the zip ties for you because it matters which direction they are installed in. As you can see on this hook right here, this zip tie will come up, fold around the hook, the head of the zip tie will fold around to the back of the hook, and if you look at the back, there is a recessed position for the zip tie, and this is to help prevent it from turning around or moving around once it's finally installed, and then you'll cut the zip tie off. The other side is a little bit different. It's these two hooks here, and this zip tie head will fold around, and you might have to adjust it left or right depending on how it was stowed during shipping, but this zip tie should end up with the head right here against this surface, and then you'll pull the zip tie through here. You'll see that as I install it here in a moment. This isn't particularly important if you just have an elastic strap failure. This car also has a fluid leak issue. I believe it's just seeped over time, and it was slightly low, causing the hydraulic system to accumulate air inside the lines, and therefore it would not finish its hydraulic process. If you're not familiar, on a US car, this is the passenger side, this is behind the panel, this is the hydraulic pump and solenoid assembly right here. The fill plug for that reservoir, if you ever needed to top up your hydraulic fluid, this one was only about an ounce low, is located right here on this side. It's very hard to show you, but you see this hole right here, and then just behind it is the plug. I'm sorry, it's really bright, hard to tell, but pretty easy to Google and see some photos of it, but the plug's right here. You have to remove the pump assembly by a bolt on the bottom, pull the assembly out, and take that plug out in order to add fluid, and then you need to reinstall it to check the level. There's a little sight, looks like a target on the side of the container. Again, it's impossible to film from here, but you just want to line that up in the up position. That fluid level should be dead center of that bullseye. From this point, I'm going to hydraulically actuate the top so that this stands up, and then I'm going to shut the car off. Typically, you don't want to operate the top without first starting the engine because you need that extra voltage and amperage that is produced by the alternator to help run this high draw pump. In this case, I just put a brand new battery in the car, so we're going to go ahead and run the top just enough to get it in this position. Stop it right here, 90 degrees. You'll see the hydraulic system's loose, and that's what we need. Up in this position, you're going to take this fabric, you're just going to lift it up, get a peek on the inside. Once inside, you can see this little Velcro strap here, and you're going to take that loose. That's your headliner. With this Velcro loose, that's it right there. You can pull the headliner back. There's also a little plastic tab. You just fold it back, that retains the roof. Sorry, it's really dark in here. And now you can see the old elastic. It's all gotten very loose. It's essentially just fabric strips. Attaches right here. It doesn't do its job anymore. Alright, this part's going to be a little tricky to film. From this part, I'm going to push this back for now, fold the top down, which brings these winglets up, and then you're going to pull the winglets apart. So you'll have this one out to the side right here, and then you have the other on the inside. You're going to lift both of those up. Now you're doing that so you can get to this top frame that runs across here on the inside. You're going to take your elastic strap. You want this hook to face up, just like this, towards the front of the car. And we're going to take this bracket and we're going to slide it over the frame there. I'm going to try to reposition the camera to give you a better idea. It's a very tight spot, very hard to film. From this point of view, you're looking from the back of the car straight forward. This is that winglet, folds up. If you pull this fabric up real tough, you'll see this square bar right here. This is what we're going to be attaching the rear bracket to. Now again, as you go in there, this hook needs to be facing up, so you're going to slide the bracket over this bar from the inside. That's why we pulled the headliner down earlier. You'll be able to see it. It's coming over right here. The top of the bracket's here, the bottom of the bracket's here. We're just going to simply wrap the zip tie around. Pull it all the way tight so it's clamped onto this bracket. You'll see the little channels inside the bracket that'll guide the zip tie. It's all the way tight. I'm going to grab some wire dikes and I'm going to cut the zip tie right here. With the rear bracket in place, Just going to push the first side down, second side down, then you're going to slowly lift this and push this down. We're going to end up back in this 90-degree position right here. Alright, back in the 90-degree position. Lift this back up, and you can see this folding rib right here. This is the issue. So when you're folding the roof with the bad elastic, this bar doesn't fold back. The original factory will pull the bar back as the roof is contracting. That stops happening and causes everything to bind up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step inside the car. I'm going to grab our new elastic strap. I'm going to fish it just past the old elastic strap right here. It's going to hook onto this bar from the bottom. I'm going to pull the zip tie free. Just like that. You can see it's hooked right here from the bottom, the hook facing up. You don't want to put it on upside down because it'll create an indention in your roof. And then you're going to pull that zip tie around just like I showed you earlier and pass it through. Now before I pull this zip tie all the way tight, I pull the hook all the way out. So there's a weld here you'll see, and you want that hook to be pressed up against the weld. It's a very tight fit left to right. You got it there, and cinch it down. I'm going to simply cut the zip tie. Push the headliner back up, tuck in the new elastic, wrap the Velcro back around. It's a little tedious, but I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. Alright, so the Velcros are attached, the hook is in place, this goes into place. This side's done. I'm going to do that same process on the other side, and your top should regain its operation. As long as it was an elastic top failure, back up here for you, as long as the elastic top was the only problem, or the elastic straps in the top were the only issue, you should gain full functionality again, because that bar will pull back. And you can see this is the beam right here through the fabric. So as the top's lifting, you see it's doing it now just with one strap on it. It's pulling the bar back in a position. Before, that wouldn't be the case. So I'm going to install the clip on the other side, and the top should be back and going. Hopefully, this video helps you out and helps you fix your top. Thanks.